Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, one more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know I'm not the governor, but we're going to have some fun talking about pensions for just a minute here. Thank you, President Brayman, for the introduction. This new year marks a clean start for a lot of us. And for most, the end of a budget season. And we just heard from our governor, and I'll agree with him, especially on the point that we need to call it like it is. We need to be honest. And I think that I'm inspired by what we saw, but know that we need to have a real conversation with the new leaders in our state so that our state understands that Illinois is not giving local municipalities $6 billion. They're not giving anything to the local municipalities. That is revenue, that is, those are dollars that our local innovation, our local hard work, our investment in our own communities and our own neighborhoods is helping grow our state. So I think this is a great start to the conversation, but we need to remember that Illinois is not giving anything to us. Illinois is not giving anything to our local organizations. I digress. Fresh in our minds are the competing interests, budget priorities, threatened revenues, ballooning costs, tough decisions that each of us, each of you have to make. And while these teams, teams of local leaders, are up for the challenge, we need our state and our federal partners to help us rein in runaway costs if we're going to sustain and grow our local economies. In Des Plaines, we've worked hard to do more with less. We've slashed debt in half. We've quadrupled infrastructure investment. We've established a steady reserve fund. We haven't raised property taxes in the last 4 years, yet still the price of government creeps towards uncompetitive and unacceptable levels, and each of us pay that economic price. Onerous regulation, inefficient systems, they all increase the cost of doing business in Illinois, a cost that's often passed on to our businesses and our residents. So open that packet on your desk and read about all the examples of ways that our organization is suggesting that we control those costs. I'm only going to talk about one today, and that's public safety pensions. This group is no stranger to it. This conference is no stranger to public safety pensions, and in Des Plaines specifically, we've made the strategic decision to improve our actuarial rate. For the last 2 years, we've even funded above and beyond the demand of our improved actuarial assumption. Still, since 2009, we've seen a 42% increase in our unfunded liability. In our fire pension alone, that equates to $15 million, a 42% increase in our unfunded liability, when we've seen 41% investment increase. We've skyrocketed our investment into public safety pensions, only to see public safety pensions continue to balloon. Despite the Tier 2 pension reform enacted in 2010, local taxpayers like those in my community of Des Plaines cannot catch up to those costs in Tier 1. This conference has long advocated for pension benefit reform. However, the constitutionality of these reforms, as mentioned by the governor, is in question. And until the Supreme Court provides direction, we believe, as a conference, we need to continue to work with our legislators to provide viable options. One of those, the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund, is a proof of concept, consolidating 660 individual public safety pension funds into one single efficient pension fund that may increase investment returns, realize economies of scale, and reduce the burden on taxpayers. We believe that that will improve things for public safety pensions, not fix them. This is a constitutional, common sense way to save taxpayers money and provide a more stable pension environment for all public safety employees. So please consult your program on a few other fixes that we think are smart for both our state and our local communities. And please welcome the co-chair and village president of Northbrook, Sam Crum, to the stage.